guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm excited because we're going to be cooking and it's actually sort of a recipe I've never tried before. I'm actually making a new sauce, which is the Buffalo Wild Wings spicy garlic sauce, and I'm really hoping that it's going to taste the same as it does in the restaurant. But I found a recipe on Pinterest of just a bunch of the other sauces, so I will put the recipe's stuff link in the description box below. But yeah, so I'm gonna be making chicken fingers, baked chicken fingers with no breading, the spicy garlic sauce, and then these frozen sweet potato fries. So I have the sweet potato fries, I have the chicken here, and then I just have like a whole bunch of stuff to make this sauce. Pepper, garlic powder, sugar, Worcestershire sauce, cayenne pepper, Frank's hot sauce, and vegetable oil. So I'm just going to show you guys how I would make this meal. It's going to be like a little cook with me, and then I might do like a clean with me afterwards to show you guys how I kind of like clean up after dinner. So I hope you guys enjoy. Alright you guys, so to get started, I preset the oven to 400 degrees and I laid all the frozen fries onto this pan. As soon as the oven's ready, I'm going to pop these in. These have to cook for about 25 minutes, so I wanted to just get that kind of started first, because once the chicken is ready, it only cooks for about 10 minutes in the oven. So the first big step, which is the step that I hate that we have to do, is cut up the chicken breast. We bought a 3-pound package, which is a lot, but every time that we do dinner, we make enough to make leftovers for lunch tomorrow. So this is actually for 4 servings instead of just 2 for tonight. So I pulled off that little piece of fat that was there. This does get messy and gross, so just beware. Like this piece right here, I'm just gonna cut off and throw away because it's gross and I don't want that. So I kind of make my pieces a little bit shorter. This is an odd piece of chicken. And I don't make them like a traditional like chicken finger that you would expect. See, that part's kind of gross. So like I'm just gonna call this a chicken finger and I'm gonna lay it in my pan over here. And I'm just gonna go ahead and do that with all of the chicken breast. And this is super duper long, so like I'm gonna cut this in half. Just like that, and you want to lay them nice and flat in the pan. You don't want to like overlap them or anything, because then they're gonna cook funny. And you want them all to cook evenly, so all the chicken is the same once it comes out of the oven. For these, I normally cook them, I think, at like 375, but since the oven's already going to be at 400 for the fries, I'm just going to do them on 400. They should be okay. Alright you guys, so now that all the chicken is sliced up and laid down in its spot, I'm going to go ahead and season it with this lemon pepper seasoning. We love this stuff. We buy it at Costco because you can get a huge giant tub of it and it doesn't expire for a while, so we always go through it. So typically I would heavily go in with this, but since we're using a really strong spicy sauce today, I feel like it's not worth like over seasoning. So I'm just going to sprinkle a little bit all over this, and I'm only going to do one side. I'm not going to flip them and do the other side, because like I said, we're going to have a pretty overpowering sauce to dip these in, so I feel like it would just be kind of a waste to go through all the seasoning of this when we're not really going to taste it. But I also don't want to leave them plain, so there you have it. Alright you guys, so while that stuff is in the oven, I want to go ahead and make the spicy garlic sauce from Buffalo Wild Wings. So I just have my recipe right here. I'm just going to be following it. So we need 1 cup of Frank's. Ew. I know a lot of people who cook like don't measure. I measure everything. I can't. The only thing I won't measure is like salt and pepper. Uh-oh, we need to get more. I think we have another one. Alright, so we've got our cup of Frank's, and we need a 1/3 cup of vegetable oil. We just have the Crisco pure vegetable oil. teaspoon of sugar. So there's a teaspoon of sugar. A teaspoon of garlic powder. I love garlic, you guys. Zachary and I are obsessed with anything garlic. Okay, 1 teaspoon. I feel like we're not going to taste the garlic at all in all of that Frank's, but we'll see. Then we need a 1/2 teaspoon of cayenne pepper. This is going to be spicy. Oh gosh, this is like empty. Okay, there's 1/2 teaspoon of cayenne. We need a 1/2 teaspoon of Worcestershire, which I love. And then it says to also add 1/2 teaspoon of ground black pepper. Our stupid thing like broke off, so it looks funny. But this I'm not going to measure, I'm just going to throw in there. It's probably good. And that's all it says. It just gives the ingredients. It doesn't say how to make it or anything, so I'm just going to mix it up. I'm just going to use this rubber spatula. Ooh, this is very oily. Maybe I'm supposed to cook it. This is probably supposed to be done on the stove, you guys. I'm kind of dumb. I've never made like a wing sauce before. And normally I make the Raising Cane sauce with our chicken fingers. And that you just mix a bunch of ingredients in a bowl because it's kind of supposed to be cold. But I'm guessing now after looking at this and mixing it that this is supposed to be cooked on the stove. So let's take that over to the stove. Alright you guys, so I'm throwing this into this pan to try to kind of heat it up and hope that it thickens up and everything like melts together nicely, because just throwing it in a bowl was not working. So I'm just throwing it in this little saucepan. I'm gonna put the heat on like 5 so that it's not too hot, but that it's hot enough that it might boil a little bit and kind of thicken up. Can you guys see I have the chicken on the top and then the fries on the bottom, and they're going to be in there for about 10 minutes together. Alright, it's been about 2 minutes. It's still not warm enough to boil, but it is starting to get warm and it's making like a smell, and it smells delicious. So I'm gonna go ahead and give it a little taste test just to see if the flavor is good, even though the thickness isn't quite good yet. So, ooh, it's warm. Oh wow, that really does taste like spicy garlic sauce. So first impressions, this is really good and really close to BW's recipe, you guys. Can you guys see we got a little bit of boiling action going on, so I'm hoping this is gonna thicken it up. Ooh, it's changing the color of it too. Nice. Alright you guys, the fries are done. Side, and then the chicken should also be done, but I am going to go ahead and check it before we make a final say. Always want to check it before you just assume it's done and bite into it, because you don't want to be eating raw chicken. It's hot. So I chose one of the thicker pieces to just get a good idea, because obviously the smaller ones will be done if the bigger ones are done. So yeah, it looks good. I'm going to grab the other pan. Ooh, that's hot. And look at that. Turn the oven off. Yummy. We have our sweet potato fries a whole bunch of lemon pepper chicken and our sauce. So this is gonna be super yummy. So I'm gonna go ahead and make a plate so that I can do a taste test for you guys and get a cute little picture of it. This bag did not make that many fries, so I'm gonna try to go light on the fries so we have some for lunch tomorrow. Perfect. So here's my plate. Then I'm going to pour some of the sauce into this little bowl so I have kind of like a dipping bowl. And I don't know if you guys can see this, but this sauce is really, really oily. And one of the ingredients was vegetable oil, so I don't know what's supposed to happen with that oil, if it's supposed to like mix or something, but it's not really mixing in, it's just kind of sitting there, so I don't know. I'm just gonna get some of this sauce. Zachary and I will probably share. Alright, so I'm going to take my thumbnail and then I'll do a taste test for you guys. Alright you guys, so it's time for the taste test. So I'm going to do a sweet potato fry in the sauce. It is so soupy. That's really good. The sweet with the spicy is really good. And I'm going to take this piece of chicken. Oh wow, that sauce is pretty spot on. At BWW it's obviously thicker, but the flavor is there, so I don't know what you have to do to make it thicker. I want to find out. But that's super good. I highly recommend this. Like I said, the link to the recipe will be in the description box. Zachary and I are going to go ahead and eat dinner, and then I'll be back to show you guys how I clean up after dinner. So once dinner is over, I go ahead and I put all the leftovers in containers for Zachary and I's lunch, and then anything extra after the lunches are done will go in another separate container. So here you can see we had our 2 lunches and then there was quite a bit of chicken left over, so I put that separate for someone to snack on or whatever throughout the week. And then I move on to cleaning, so I always go ahead and do the dishes first. And then once the dishes are done, I put the lunches away after they've cooled off, so I stick those in the fridge. And then I just take a wet washcloth and I wipe down all of the countertops, and then I do the stove as well, dry them all down, and then cleaning is done. You guys, that is it. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, give this a thumbs up so I know to make similar videos like this. I'm really trying to get a feel for what you guys like and what you enjoy, so please comment down below and let me know what your favorites are. If you like cleaning and cooking, just cooking, vlogs, makeup videos, story times, like anything. Comment down below, let me know what is your guys' favorite, so I'll know what kind of content to make for you guys. And don't forget, I finally have an upload schedule, so I will be uploading every Tuesday and Friday at 8 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. So now you guys will know when I'm uploading, but just in case something's kind of off or you forget, don't forget to hit this bell notification at the bottom so that you'll get my notifications when I post, so you'll never miss a new video. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you in the next video. Bye!